All right, good morning, y'all. So I want to talk about what we're seeing here on SPX. We keep making new highs, and I just want to let you know that a new high doesn't mean we're coming down that instant. But what I'm looking at, that regardless of the new high, is that we've had a run up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over a week and a half here, even with this little pullback here. So it is possible that we're looking to let some air out of the tires, so we're getting a little bit inflated here. As you can see, this area here is where remember I talked about this, that getting up to that 7,000 area, it's going to be a hard push, right? Because at a psychological level, we're in this new space. But aside from the numbers and the all-time highs, we did have this run up, which usually when we have a run up, at some point we're either going to top out or reverse in a more sharp way. So when we're in even when we're in an uptrending market, unless we have this is also possible too, where we're going in, we have a few days of, this is still do you see that? If you were in here, you went from here, I'm going to go with my measuring tool. It doesn't matter even if we're in a strong market. So that was from the top here to the bottom here is almost 100 points, right? I'm just looking at these two candles here, and that's a very strong uptrend. But then we continued up. Then we had a deeper pullback, top here to bottom, 200 points, right? So that's just a pullback in an uptrend. It would not be unusual to see that. But how far the pullback, how many days, how steep, that's just what the market's gonna, we just have to see that unfold. Here, the stock RSI, it has been above 80 for a while and popped up, rolled back over, and then we got another little boost. So that is what I'm kind of keeping an eye on. This is what I consider like a pause. So if we see price break the lower on the daily here, the lower level of this small shelf, we can call this a small shelf here, then it is possible that we've got a few days of decline, and we'll just have to see where the momentum takes us, right? So all right, and again, this is the daily, so this is a zoomed out view. So if we're seeing remember, this is the daily, this is the S&P. So if you're looking at the NQ, or if you're looking at the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones, this is the collective, right? So unless you were trading these indices specifically, which I trade this one, your individual stocks can do something totally opposite. But what I'm seeing here is this is a potential pause, so there may be some relief coming to this rise, maybe, right? It would make sense. And how would that affect your trading? It could make things that are going up not go up as hard. It could anything that is extended. So extended to me is like here, where you've got a lot of air between the price and this is my 10 EMA. So it could accelerate the downside. So that's what this context will give you. All right, so now I'm just gonna go through my stock list and look at what might pop up for a trade today. And so JPM, I'm gonna let that one finish coming down. Meta, so the market doesn't have to go up for me to trade this one, but it would be nice. The way this structure is, and this is when I talk about structure, we've got this decline, it stopped declining, it popped up, so it had a little retest, it pulled back, but we're still holding pretty well in this area. So, and if you look at where that is, it's that gap up we had back here in May. So a significant level, right? The first thing we want when we're looking to get in a trade, whether you're trading the daily or a lower time frame, if you're trading the daily, you want to take a look at the weekly for your zoomed out view. But if you're trading the 4-hour, the hour chart, I always look at the daily for the bigger contacts. I'm looking for key levels, significant levels. So this level here where Meta has stopped, we've got, it's where we had a breakout in January. It's where we had the retest, the gap up. So retest in March, the gap up in May, and now, and also this gap up here. So this is a little gap up right here, and that's where Meta had stopped for the day. So this one, I wouldn't be looking to trade it to the downside. I'd look for the upside, definitely targeting somewhere up here. But again, if the market continues to tumble down, this one might tumble down. Well, it hasn't tumbled down. But if the market does decide to go down for a few days, this may not hold either. But as long as it's holding around this 581, then it's found its bottom, right? Okay. So MU would be great if you get a chance to get in on the downside, because you're seeing that shelf that's built here. So we've got a few days of this sideways and it's not able to go up any higher. So there may be a move down that you can get into on your lower chart. So you look at the smaller charts for the entry. So here, I'm going to put these on my short list. Amazon. So Amazon had broken out of this. This would be great to catch here. Well, I didn't catch the breakout. I'm not in it. And it could go either way. And if it goes down from here, we're talking about 242. So not even a 10-point swing down, which would be great on a smaller chart. But I'm going to skip this because it's kind of like in the middle of doing something, and it actually just broke out. So for it to come down, I'm not saying it would be hard. It's just, for example, this would be easier because we're at this ultimate high here and we haven't had a significant decline. This one would be easier to the upside because we popped up, we came back, we're holding, and Amazon's kind of already done a little bit of that. But on the smaller time frames, definitely. But this one could go either way. It could come down to maybe my pink line's at 50 SMA. Could, especially with the stock RSI being overbought here and has been overbought for a bit, so we could see a digestion. But I think some of that is just nuance of like how I see it, just having been trading for a long time. So let me not belabor that. Palantir could go either way. What I do like about this structure is that it's tightening up. So it's got to pick a side. It actually looks like, to me, I would put Palantir on for the upside. Had this popped up, huge sell-off. Oh, that would have been nice. Huge rise up, and then nothingness. So, well, that was significant too. So there's a lot of selling pressure on this one around that 200 mark. But if we finally break out of this little thing, you can see volume is contracting. There's just indecision here. I think that we're going to the upside. Please don't hold me on this. Just like the video and keep moving it. And ask me questions. Or if you've got something to challenge what I'm saying, let me know, because I'm here to, just because I'm a mentor does not mean I cannot learn or get see a different perspective. So, all right. Let's see. So, honestly, nothing to see here. There may be some follow through to the upside here. If so, there may be an entry on a smaller chart time frame, and then definitely the targets would be at the previous high. This could also just roll over, so this could roll over, especially if the market gives it a little bit of fuel. And if it did roll over, I could see it come down back to like the 400 area. But this one is one of those that I would just wait to see which direction it goes in. All right, AXP. I put this on my short list yesterday and it wasn't ready. I got out of it unscathed. So I looked at I got in with the smaller chart time frames, looking at this, and I think I was hoping for some kind of V bottom from this drop off here, but it might just still need time to build this little shelf. But as long as price, so here I would not mind buying it as a stock, and as long as it held this area, or with with the stock, like you give it a little bit more room, like as long as it didn't break this previous low, then but for an options trade you need to be right at this very moment. And unless you're trading leaps or a longer term option, my option contracts, I'll buy them for the week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Sometimes I'll buy more time on them depending on the market. Right now, I'm still looking to see if we're going to continue just building to the upside, so a sustained uptrend, before I buy the longer contracts. Messy. Apple was actually a trade that I took. If it doesn't, I was hoping, so I was seeing that it was holding this here, this area, and it's been working, but if I don't get a real boost up, I might just close and then try again. Sometimes when I do that, as soon as I'm out, it just like skyrockets up. TSM, I love this for a short because as you can see, so all right, this is gonna be the last one I go through because otherwise this video is gonna get very long. So TSM, I like it for a short. We attempted the short. Usually that second time around is the time to get in, but let me see here. The earnings are, wait, on the 15th. What day is today? Oh dang. Okay, you can still do one for the day. You just want to be out by earnings. If they have earnings in the evening, I don't know when, if they have earnings in the evening, you can do 2 days in this, but I don't trade. I don't stay my options during earnings. I'm out before them. But I like the structure for the downside. All right, those are my thoughts. That's how I go through my list in the morning, and hope you have a good trading day and a great just day, and enjoy whatever weather you have and wherever you are. But talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.